What's up, guys? It's UFC Fight Night. Edwards versus Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad is stepping in for Khamzat Chimaev, fighting against Leon Edwards. Of course, the Khamzat-Edwards fight has dropped how many times now? What, 3 or 4 or something like that?
Shit, man. As many times as you can think.
A bunch. Too many to count. It's becoming the Ferguson versus Khabib, right?
Myself. This is like a second coming of the cursed fight. I mean, I personally don't think Chimaev is ready for Leon Edwards, but that's just my opinion.
Well, we won't get to find out anytime soon now that Bilal's stepping in, but should be a decent fight card. It's going to be tough to compete with the matchups we've seen recently. We've had some really good cards recently. But let me not skip over the intro. We got your boy Charlie T in the house as usual. What's up, Charlie?
What's up? This is a fucking great fight night card, dude. I'm excited.
I'm excited. It is a good one. Edwards is finally stepping in there. We're going to give you our fight picks for the main card. And then we're going to throw some hot takes at you, which we'll post in a separate video. But let's start with the first fight on the main card. We always let the guest pick first. Charlie T. We've got Eric Anders versus Darren Stewart. What are your thoughts? Who's going to win?
Well, I'm taking Darren Stewart. We watched the fight night when Covington fought Tyron Woodley. I personally thought Stewart fighting Kevin Holland was the best fight of the night. Of course, that went to a split decision. I think he's really good standing up. He also has really good groundwork to submit you. And I personally think Eric Anders is streaky. I'm not saying he's not a good fighter, of course, on the main card, but he's fought some top level competition. He fought Machida, he fought Thiago Santos. I mean, went from Machida to a split decision. That was 2018. Ever since then, he's a street fighter. The last 4 of his last 6. I just like Stewart in this fight.
All right. I'm going to roll with the punches on that, and I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say Darren Stewart as well. I saw the same thing that you saw in my analysis. I thought Eric Anders was a little streaky. And then Darren Stewart going to a split with Holland. I mean, I don't know if you watched that one. That was a hell of a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Stewart was in that fight the whole time. It wasn't like Holland dominated him. Holland, I would say, was in the lead for the whole fight, but at the same time, it was a close fight, and you knew that either one of those guys could connect at any time, and they're both exciting fighters. So I'm going to go with Darren Stewart as well. So moving to the next one, we've got Manel Kape versus Matthias Nicolau. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Kape, I'm going to give my pick first on this one. Kape, I see as more of a stand-up guy. Matthias is a ground guy. It seems like everybody's pretty well-rounded, right, in mixed martial arts these days, but I'd say that it's generally a stand-up versus a ground guy in this as far as the ways that they prefer to win. But I do kind of see it as a toss-up. Kape's coming in at 15-5, Matthias at 15-2. Pretty similar records, pretty similar odds as far as betting goes as well. But I'm going to roll with Kape on this. Yeah, I'm going to roll with Kape. What are your thoughts?
I am going to disagree with you.
Okay.
This one, I'm going with Nicolau. Look, I'm not saying Kape isn't a great fighter. This is his first fight. By the way, this is his first fight in the UFC. He's been doing his fighting with Britain. 3 straight knockouts before, it's his second fight in the UFC. Lost his first one by unanimous decision. Before that, 3 straight knockouts, but so he got great knockout power. I mean, that's top level competition. And people see it as like the air Pride FC over Japan. But Nicolau, he was on the Ultimate Fighter season that Joanna coached, 2016.
Uh-huh.
He's like 4-1 in the UFC. He's got great groundwork. He's 2 submission victories in the UFC. I see him really giving Cade trouble on the ground. I'm taking him. I'm gonna throw this out 3rd round submission.
Moving on to the next fight, we've got Jonathan Martinez versus Davey Grant. Martinez comes in as a heavy favorite in this fight. He's minus 335. Davey Grant comes in at plus 250. Very similar records. 1 fight off on the win and loss column. It's back to your pick. So who do you got, Charlie T?
Man, this is probably the easiest pick of the night.
Okay.
I'm taking Jonathan Martinez.
All right.
I watched how he, dominated Thomas Almeida in his last fight. He's, world class on the honest feet, hour, but he's really good at. He's had 2 submission wins by arm bars, so the guy's even a threat on the ground. God, he's just, you can tell when somebody has a special future, and he's got a special future. I'm going to take him by decision, unanimous decision. I don't think he knocks him out, but I think he dominates.
Okay. I've got the same pick down here, so I'm going to go with Jonathan Martinez as well. I don't think Davey Grant's ready for this test. And I hate even making statements like that because we're not fighters, right? Like, to say someone's not ready for a test, you don't know. This is pure speculation. So, everybody take this with a grain of salt when I say things like that. But from a pure viewership analysis standpoint, from what knowledge I do have, I'm going to go with Jonathan Martinez. I think he gets it done on the feet, but I'm going to say unanimous decision, Jonathan Martinez. So the next fight that we have, which I'm actually going to say was the easiest pick for me, we've got Dan Ige versus Gavin Tucker. Oh, so we might have a little bit of... Yeah, I see some facial expressions on Charlie T's in here.
Here's the thing. I don't know if we'll have a different pick, but I think we have different reasoning behind the pick. So you go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to go Dan Ige, and I'm going to go Dan by decision win. I will say this. If there was something I was going to bet on this entire card, it would be that this fight goes to a decision. If you look at these 2 guys' records, it's full of decisions, both guys' records. So that's what I'm going to lean towards, is a decision win. I'm going to say unanimous off first whim with Dan Ige beating Gavin Tucker. Gavin Tucker's 34, is nearing the back 9 of a fighter's career. So yeah, that's my pick. I'm going to go Dan Ige for those reasons. What do you got, Charlie T?
Okay, so now you said this was your easiest pick of the night. For me, it's actually my hardest pick.
Hardest pick, okay.
Because I think Gavin Tucker could win this fight.
All right.
And, he's won his last 3 fights in the UFC. It's pretty impressive win. Last win, unanimous decision for that. He has a mission. I'm going to take Ige too, but it's not, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it goes the other way. I watched the Calvin Kattar fight. I thought either he didn't show up or he just, met a superior fighter. But then again, he took a decision against Edson Barboza, his world-class fighter. You talk about featherweights. Barboza has always been at the top.
Yeah. He's fallen off pretty hard later in his career, but yeah, he's always been up there.
He gets a top 10 featherweight.
Yeah, he's number 9.
Yeah. He had a 6-fight winning streak going into that Kattar fight. Dude, that just sucked.
Are you thinking about picking Tucker?
No, I'm not picking Tucker, but I'm not going to be surprised. And so it did cross my mind to pick him.
Okay.
I'm not going to pick. I'm not going to hold that Cater fight against the Gates. You know, Calvin Cater's a tremendous fight. But I'm going to take Ige. I'm not going to say. You know what fucking I am going to say? I'm going to say split decision.
Split decision?
I feel confident saying that because 2 of his last 3 wins have been split decisions. The guy
That's true.
A baller, but it did his fights are wars, let's be honest.
Okay, moving on to the co-main event of the night. This, I think, is going to be a great fight. We've got Misha Cirkunov versus Ryan Spann. Okay, we've got Misha coming in at the very, very slight favorite. He's ranked number 11. We've got Ryan Spann ranked at number 13. Similar-ish records. Spann coming in 18-6. Cirkunov coming in at 15-5. Cirkunov, when I looked at his record, we're on me for this pick, right? First?
I'm first on this.
Oh, you're first on this one. I'll let you roll with it. My bad. I'm trying to step in.
Let me continue what you were about to say.
Okay.
So, yeah, you did look at his record because I looked at his record too. His record's misleading. Yes, he has lost 3 of his last 5.
True.
But the 3 losses, all 3 are in the top 10, like heavyweight rankings. I mean, Johnny Walker, and he lost to Glover Teixeira by knockout. Glover Teixeira is about to fight for the light heavyweight championship.
Right.
The guy's no fucking slouch. I mean, great fighter. I mean, with Ryan Spann, Ryan's really, really good. I mean, he can submit you. He can knock you out. I mean, he had an impressive win over Sam Alvey. He had a huge winning streak going into the last fight. I mean,
to Johnny Walker.
As well. He got knocked out by Johnny Walker as well.
I watched that one.
I mean, but call me hometown sentimental. You know, Ryan Spann's got this. I'm gonna take him, and here's the kicker. I'm gonna take him by knockout.
You're going to take Ryan Spann by knockout.
I'm going to take Ryan Spann by knockout, and I'm saying he got the 2nd round. Like I said, I might be wrong on that prediction, but you know, Ryan Spann is a top 15 light heavyweight, and Cirkunov is, let's be honest, he leaves himself open to getting knocked out. 3 of his last 5 fights, he's been knocked out. So if Spann can catch him, which I think he can, then lights out. Taking Spann.
All right.
Second round TKO, mark it down.
2nd round TKO, Ryan Spann. You're going with the homer pick of the Memphis boy, Ryan Spann. Memphis boy, and you know what? He's a Memphis boy, and he's fighting out of Dallas where I'm at. We're both Memphis boys, and I'm living in Dallas, and he's fighting out of Dallas. A lot of connections there.
Connections.
I'm not going to lie. I'm surprised you picked Ryan Spann in this matchup.
You got to risk it.
Risk it for the biscuit, but I tell you what. Rally the fucking troops, Charlie T, because it's Memphis against everybody. I'm going Ryan Spann, 2nd round knockout as well. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Ryan Spann is my pick as well. One thing I noticed, and it kind of touches on what you said as well, in Misha's resume or his fight record, he tends to lose by KO or he wins by a submission. So if this gets to the ground, it highly favors Misha, and if it's in the stand-up, I think that highly favors Ryan. And I think Ryan's got bombs in his hands, and I'm hoping that he gets to land one on that night. And you know what? I was thinking I was going out on a limb by picking Ryan Spann a little bit, even though I as a Memphian, a lifelong Memphian until I graduated high school, I really felt I wanted to pick him. I thought you were going to go Cirkunov, but I love the fact that we're both going Spann. Memphis all the way. Memphis versus everybody. All right.
Memphis versus everybody.
Co-main event is picked. Both Ryan Spann. Both said 2nd round knockout. Now, drum roll. Final fight of the night. It's the main event. We've got Leon Edwards, also known as Leon Scott by Colby Covington. We've got Bilal Muhammad stepping in for Khamzat Chimaev. We're back to me on this one, correct?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't think I'm going to surprise anybody. I think I'm going to go Leon Edwards. I love the fact that Bilal Muhammad is stepping up. I think that's a game move. I think that he probably really believes in himself. I mean, if you're a fighter and you don't think you can beat the best, maybe this ain't the game for you. You know, a lot of times that's what they say. So I believe Bilal Muhammad probably believes he has a legit shot. And fighters always have a legit shot as far as anyone can knock anybody out on any given day. But with all that being said, I'm still going Leon Edwards. I think that he's faster than Bilal Muhammad, and I think that's going to show in this fight. I watched Muhammad versus Diego Lima in the last fight that he fought. Lima was tearing up his front leg with kicks, and Bilal Muhammad walked through all of it and was raining down punches. But I tell you what, I don't think Lima was ready for that type of fight, and I think he kind of gassed out, and I don't think he was ready for that output. I think that Leon Edwards is game for that type of output. I think he's faster, probably in better shape, and I think he can match anything that Bilal Muhammad is going to throw, but with better skill, and that's my opinion on it. So I'm going to go Leon Edwards by unanimous decision.
Before the Stylebender fight,
right,
I mentioned that no fighter, I guess, has had more to lose by fighting one fight with the potential of, losing and, their momentum being derailed. And that's exactly what happened to him, because he had that Johnny Bones super fight plan, but he got taken down by a bigger guy who's dominating.
Facts.
I'm not at all saying that's going to happen to Leon Edwards, but anybody who follows MMA knows that Leon has been doing a lot of this, calling out. He called out Colby Covington. He's called out Street Judas. He's called out Usman. I mean, dude, he hasn't fought since 2019, which is, it's okay. Layoffs are normal in MMA. But let's see if the tank is still there in this fight, because it's likely going to go 5 rounds. He has to win this, obviously. I mean, his opponent's not even in the top 10 in the welterweight rankings. And Muhammad is no slouch. He can drop bombs on him. I do think Edwards wins. I think he wins by decision.
Okay.
But this is one of those fights where it's risky, because he's positioning himself for a title shot with this fight, and all I'm saying is he needs to come in and he needs to bring it. He doesn't need to have a sloppy performance. Even if he wins by split decision, then the title fight's not guaranteed. I mean, Colby Covington looked amazing against Tyron Woodley. Usman called out Masvidal. So, okay, I think Leon Edwards wins. I think he wins by unanimous decision. I hope he wins, because he's waited a while for this type of shot, and I think if he wins this, he deserves a shot for the title against Usman. So, I'm taking him by unanimous decision.
Okay. So we have the same pick, Leon Edwards, unanimous decision in the main event. Touching on a little bit of what you said, he has been running his mouth a lot. This is a risky fight for him. I agree on that point of yours. Muhammad, think about this, and this is just, I'm kind of just reiterating your point, but Muhammad is ranked 13, and Edwards is ranked 3. So it really, I mean, it doesn't even matter if Muhammad was to get starched in the first round. He's not dropping in ranking, losing to the number 3 guy. So he's coming out guns a-blazing, and he's not going to be afraid of anything. No, I mean, to think about it in that way, no wonder he took the fight, right? I mean, what does he have to lose? So
he's fighting upwards.
Right. So if he could make the weight, then why not take the fight? And I'm sure he was like we know he wasn't too far out of that Lima fight that he had a couple weeks ago. So if he's not a guy who balloons up in size much, then he probably wasn't too concerned with cutting the weight again. So yeah, so we have the same pick there. I think we only have one different pick in this, which is the Manel Kape versus Matthias Nicolau, correct? All right, so all the same picks on the rest of them. And I think we're going to have to end it with something new for everybody, right? We're going to have to bring something to everybody that we haven't told them about yet, because we want this whole thing, the Chrome Corner, to be focused on MMA. But we also have other stuff that goes on, so we want to bring them a little taste of what else we have going on in our lives, and if they want to be a part of it, cool. If not, cool. But we're going to bring it to them today. So I'll start off and we'll roll with my company that I own, which is called CF2 Training. Okay, it's based off of CF2 is Chrome Fitness 2, so it's the second rendition of me personal training people online. So first it was just myself, and now it's me and a friend of mine who also is from Memphis, Jeremy Hollister, who was a Marine, or is a Marine. I found out the hard way talking to Jeremy that Marines, if you say, oh, you're a former Marine, right? No, we're always Marines for life. So it's me and my friend Jeremy, who's a Marine. We own CF2 Training together, and we're committed 24/7, 365 to group message responses to our clients, as well as weekly check-ins. We've got custom plans that we'll create for people no matter what your goal is, no matter if you're an athlete, no matter if you're in the military and want to stay up on your fitness test that you have yearly, if you're someone who just wants to shed a few pounds. It doesn't matter what your goal is, we've got you. I'll put our Instagram on the screen on the bottom right now. I'll also put the link to our website on the screen, and both will also be in the description. So I wanted to bring that to you guys in case any of you guys are interested in getting fit and healthy and changing your life for the better. So that's CF2 Training. I've also got the hat on now. Put that in the camera real quick. Just got these in with the mesh back, all black. Now, Charlie T, I know you got something to talk about as well. What's good, man?
What's good? We all watched the UFC. We all watched Conor McGregor. We all saw how cool he made it look wearing a nicely tailored suit, a custom suit. These custom-made suits aren't cheap.
Of course I want that gold belt. Don't try and tell me that gold belt sitting up right there on this table would not look great to go alongside this ivory elephant trunk suit that I have got on me right now.
That being said, I, in my day job, am a bespoke clothier. I make custom suits, sport coats, dress shirts, dress pants, anything you can think of. Also casual wear, I even do custom jeans if suits aren't your thing.
Okay.
Give my IG a follow, 901 Clothier. I say Clothier because there's an I after the H. So give me a follow, give me a shout if it's something you might be into, or if you can even refer me anybody who's in and around the Memphis area. I do travel, see clients. So hey, give me a shout.
Give him a shout, get suited and booted like McGregor in the beautiful southern town of Memphis, Tennessee. Alright, so that's where we're going to end with today, guys. The Chrome Corner, we've got your fight picks there. About to hit another video real quick for the hot takes for y'all, which will be probably linked to this video, so it's probably up here somewhere. Just click there and you'll get the hot takes. We're out.